Hello everyone, my name is Chong Suan. My metric number is S59069. Today I'm going to present about my proposal presentation about satisfaction, continuance to use, and e-loyalty of cashless payment, the modeling effect of perceived uniqueness. Okay, now we start with the introduction first. Okay, now we start with the background of the study. Okay, the main purpose of this study is to present a framework on the cashless payments attribute by investigating a modeling effect between the satisfaction and continuance to use, and lastly the e-loyalty. It is aimed to strengthen the understanding of cashless payment attribute by define the idea in details while search and answer what the cashless payment can relate with satisfaction, continuance to use, and e-loyalty plus the modeling effect. Okay, what the problem statement that I can figure out is some of them might not use it. It depends on their perspective or their behavior towards the cashless payment. Okay, sometimes we use cashless payment might be problematic than beneficial, and it might and what cause about it. Okay, firstly, it might cause the digital transaction sacrifice privacy. Second, cashless payment can have a potential to be exposed to hacking risk. Okay, thirdly, the temptation to overspend might increase. Okay, not only that, we might face risks such as risk of fraud, risk of tax evasion, or might be risk payment conflict. Okay, we begin with research objective. Okay, as what I can identify, firstly, to identify the factors that can cause the satisfaction of users to cashless payment as follow, like as number one, A, the convenience factor. Second, 1B is the service innovation factor. 1C, the perceived usefulness, and 1D, the perceived ease of use. Okay, this what I can identify the cashless payment attribute that can influence on satisfaction. Okay, second, I want to analyze the relationship between the satisfaction and continuous to use and e-loyalty. Okay, thirdly, to examine the modeling effect between satisfaction and continuance to use. Okay, research question. What I can figure out about research questions is that what factors can influence the satisfaction of user to cashless payment. Okay, second, what is the relationship between the satisfaction, continuous, and e-loyalty? And thirdly, how can the modeling effect can give the impact on the relationship between the satisfaction and continuous to use? Okay, this is what I can identify about significance of my study. Firstly, theoretical, which can extend about the existing knowledge about the cashless payment. Okay, second, informative, which is I studied the relationship between the cashless payment attribute to assist public by giving information about everything related to cashless payment. Okay, thirdly, general, provide new insight related to cashless payment. Okay, chapter 2, literature review. Okay, what I can see that I try to underline use theories that diffusion of innovation theory, that which is called as DOI. Okay, this theory is introduced by Roger in 1962, where he explained how the innovation are diffused to members of social system over the time. Okay, the adoption of new idea or innovation are caused by interaction between individuals through interpersonal networks. Okay, diffusion refers to the spread of cashless payment where consumers seek improved and convenient transaction, and the business see a new profit opportunities through the cashless payment. Okay, second theory that I will use is unified theory of acceptance and use of technology, which is known as UTOP. Okay, this explains the interaction between the cashless payment with the satisfaction, continuous to use, and e-loyalty. And I also try to explain the user technology acceptance or usage intention such as cashless payment. Okay, the determining factors such as performance expectancy, social influence, effort expectancy, or facilitating conditions. Okay, now I will talk about the literature about the cashless payment. Okay, as we know that cashless payment is a financial transaction in which consumers make financial transaction in the absence of physical cash. Okay. Second, what we can observe that the variety of method that can be used instead of money to make purchase, pay bills and others. And this method does not involve use cash to make a payment. Okay, cashless payment attribute. Example of cashless payment such as bank transfer, credit card payments, mobile payments, or digital wallets. Okay, I want to analyze the attributes that can contribute to cashless payment. Number one, convenience. Second, service innovation. Thirdly, perceived usefulness, and lastly, perceived ease of use. Okay, now we start with convenience. As we know that the concept of convenience is widely used, especially in shopping. Okay, Copenhagen 1923 introduced the term of convenience that referred to degree to which little cognitive efforts are required for decision making, include time buying or time save effort. Okay, second, service innovation, or we can say as new service adoption process. As we know that cashless payment is a new mode of technology innovation, thus innovativeness can reflect customer adoption of cashless payment system in their financial transaction. Okay, thirdly, perceived usefulness. Davis 1989 defined it as one belief in a particular system job performance enhancement. It is one of the critical to investigate the people tend to use application to see their performance. Okay, lastly, perceived ease of use. It deals with the simplicity to use the invention without putting an extra effort into learning the technology. Example, consumers will search and find the technology that is easy to learn and buy compared to a technology that require time to learn. Okay, second literature view is satisfaction. Um, as I have find out, customer satisfaction are based on two perspectives, which is transaction specific and cumulative perspective. Okay, transaction specific perspective is referred to level of specific transaction in specific situation. Meanwhile, cumulative perspective indicate that satisfaction is developed based on the customer overall evaluation of their experience with special entity like service delivery system, vendor or service provider, or maybe other factors. Okay, thirdly, continuous to use. In a simple word, continue to use refer to one's intention to continually use a system or reuse a system. Okay, as we know that the COVID-19 pandemic has driven this phenomena to worldwide for everyone to adapt the environment or condition, especially the payment methods. Okay, lastly, for the literature view is e-loyalty. Okay, it's a type of condition that consumer behavior in which a consumer consistently purchase and use a particular product or brand over a while. Okay, the higher the loyalty, the lower the changes in consumer preference brand or might be product. And it also express the behavior response against using and repurchasing the same product or brands. Okay, Okay, hypothesis term from H1A, as we can see that cashless payments convenience has a significant relationship with satisfaction. Okay, H1B, okay, cashless payment service innovation has a significant relationship with satisfaction. Okay, third hypothesis development that I can find is cashless payment perceived usefulness has a significant relationship with satisfaction for H1C. Okay, for the H1D hypothesis that cashless payment perceived ease of use has a significant relationship with the satisfaction. Okay, H2, meanwhile for H2, there is a relationship between satisfaction and continuous to use and followed by the e-loyalty. Okay, this is what what I want to talk about is the perceived uniqueness model, the effect between the satisfaction and continuous to use. Okay, this is the research framework that I can figure out, and what I'm trying to identify is the modeling effect, which is the perceived uniqueness. Okay, lastly, methodology. Okay. um, for population, I try to analyze the population which users are who are using the cashless payment as their payment method or still adopting the cashless payment as their payment method. And the sample size, the required sample size is 250 to 400 respondents. If I want to do a population is around 2,500 and 4,000. Okay, what I want to use the sampling technique is convenience sampling, where only Malaysian respondents who are using or still adopting cashless payments as their payment method. No certain qualification, but for users who are using cashless payment for adoption of new technology. Okay, this what I'm gonna do about for instrument for designing a questionnaire. Okay, as we can see overall we have 5 section. Okay, and I'm going to use a 5-point logical skill to analyze the whole questionnaire once I have gathering the data. Okay, for data collection procedures, the questionnaire will be distributed online using Google Form, and the link will share in various social medias, and we need a consent of respondent. Okay, lastly, data of analysis. Um, I want to try for my research, I will use a qualitative data analysis. For reason to choose this, I want to analyze the attributes on the factors that can contribute to cashless payment performance, or I want to gain some feedback or response from respondent to find out another possible idea to encourage them to use the cashless payment. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you.